history, out of memory. And the third stage is to make sure that they will never come back.
Although the British Army was still present in Palestine, Jewish paramilitaries seized control of 5 major cities. Some 200 villages were destroyed. Ahead of the full British withdrawal, more than 350,000 Palestinians were driven from their land. May the 15th was the date set for the end of the British Mandate. Yet for the Jews, this posed a problem. The 15th fell on a Saturday, the Sabbath. So celebratory announcements of the Jewish state were sent out a day earlier, on Friday, May the 14th. The British Army hastened their retreat. The Jews had been gearing up to take over.
In fact, they were issuing Jewish stamps before the 14th of May. A few days before, I've still got 2 francs. They're issuing their own stamp. They were geared up, mind. They were geared up and ready to go. No doubt about that.
On May the 14th, 1948, in this grand Jerusalem home, the last British High Commissioner of Palestine, Alan Cunningham, signed a document terminating the British Mandate. Over 3 decades, the British presence had helped pave the way for the realization of the Zionist dream.
The minutes of Britain's mandate are ticking to an end.
In the morning, Cunningham inspected the Guard of Honor in front of his Jerusalem home. He then flew to Haifa. From Haifa, he sailed to Cyprus, and the British flag was lowered. From the time the British occupied Palestine in 1917 to when they left in 1948, the number of Jews is estimated to have multiplied 10 times to 500,000. Meanwhile, as the British bid farewell to Palestine, Ben-Gurion arrived in Tel Aviv to ceremoniously declare the independence of the State of Israel. The State of Israel was signed into existence at the stroke of a pen by 25 leading members of the Jewish community. Behind Ben-Gurion hung a portrait of Theodor Herzl, author of the book The Jewish State, published back in 1896. The Star of David was hoisted, the very same flag that had been raised at the settlement of Rishon LeZion in 1885.
Since Zionism is a dynamic movement, they knew that there was no finality about the borders then. They knew that opportunities would arise in due course to take the rest of it. And they did in 1967.
That was the thinking behind the Zionist movement. Gradual, the building of a Jewish state, and then the gradual expansion of the borders of the Jewish state.
Israel, they have named their state, and the new citizens of Israel cheer the men who have signed the Jewish Declaration of Independence. They leave the hall, Ben-Gurion first. Then Goldie Meyerson, woman member of the new Council of State, and Foreign Minister Moshe Sheftok. Chaim Weizmann becomes Israel's first president.
Minutes after the Tel Aviv ceremony, the United States amended a document on what they had previously referred to as a new Jewish state. The new wording now read, the State of Israel. It was signed by President Harry Truman and then announced by the U.S. representative to the United Nations.
The United States recognizes the provisional government
as the de facto authority of the new state of Israel.
A new state was born on the foundations of the British mandate.
الذي حصلوا عليه أنهم ورثوا نظام الدولة الإنجليزي. عندما أعلنوا الاستقلال لم يهدموا البنى القائمة، أخذوها كما هي. يعني في واقعية وبراغماتية رهيبة عند القيادة الصهيونية الأولى بقيادة بن غوريون. يعني البنية الدولة تؤخذ من الانتداب من الجيش للأمن لا كما هي، ثم يبدأون بصهيونتها.
عندما تم الإعلان عن إقامة الدولة العبرية في تل أبيب مباشرة كانت المؤسسات تعمل في القدس الغربية، سواء كانت عن طريق البنوك أو مؤسسات الطابو أو مؤسسات السياسية أو المؤسسات البلدية.
لو كان شخص يهودي يعيش في تل أبيب في يوم 15/5 أي ثاني يوم بعد ما أعلن الدولة، أذهب إلى مكتبي إذا كنت أشتغل في دائرة الصحة وأجد كل السجلات موجودة وكل الأعمال موجودة، ومكتبي كما هو ناقصا شيئا واحدا فقط، وهو أن زميلي الفلسطيني قد هجرناه وطردناه من وطنه. ولذلك
استلموا دولة كاملة.
ولذلك أنا بقول إنهم استلموا إسرائيل instant state، دولة جاهزة ناقصا أهلها الطبيعيين.
The British had not allowed forces from neighbouring Arab countries to enter Palestine until after their departure. By May the 15th, with the last British troops gone, Arab armies entered the country from the borders of Lebanon, Egypt, and what was then called Transjordan. Their declared objective? To liberate Palestine. That day, the New York Times ran the headline, "Jews in grave danger in all Muslim lands."
I've come back to the United States to tell Jews in the United States how the state of Israel has been formed. The Jews are holding their ground in the country in spite of the fact that they have been outnumbered by the Arabs, and the Arabs have come much better equipped with heavy arms than the Jews have in their possession. The reason is a simple one. Jews who are fighting in Palestine, the state of Israel, are fighting for the only thing that they have in their possession. It means life or death to them.
The Jewish forces in 1947-48, they were far stronger, even far more numerous, actually, than the combined Arab armies. They were a highly prepared, highly dedicated, well-armed fighting force, which was superior to all the Arab armies combined, except perhaps one army, the one army which they didn't really take on, and they made a deal with, really. I'm talking about the Jordanian army.
في الحقيقة الجيوش العربية السبعة التي دخلت فلسطين في البداية لم تكن يزيد مجموع أعدادها عن 24,000 جندي، وهذه مأساة أن كل الجيوش العربية التي شاركت لم تكن لتصل إلا لثلث أعداد اليهود العسكريين المدربين المستعدين للقتال.
الجيوش العربية لم تكن معدة، لم تكن مستعدة، لم تكن منظمة، لم يكن هنالك القيادة الموحدة بقيادة الملك عبد الله، كانت تعمل في جانب والآخرين يعملوا بجانب آخر. الجيش العراقي يتلقى تعليماته من بغداد.
It was in fact one of the most bitterly divided, disorganized and ramshackle coalitions in the history of modern warfare.
الحركات الصهيونية في منظمة الصهيونية تلك الفترة كانت تملك قرارها، العرب لم يكن يملك قرارها. الحركة الصهيونية في تلك الفترة كان عندها أسلحة متطورة جدا وعندها مصانع سلاح في فلسطين، نحن لم يكن لدينا شيء من هذا. الحركة الصهيونية والمنظمة الصهيونية في تلك الفترة كان عندها امتداد عالمي، كانت أمريكا تقف إلى جوار، كان حتى السوفيت يقف إلى جوارها، وما كانت بريطانيا وكل العالم، نحن لم يكن يقف إلى جوارنا. يعني بكل المقاييس كانت المعركة تسير في صالح المنظمة الصهيونية.
2 days after the Arab armies entered Palestine, the Israeli forces drew their focus on Acre.
جاءوا اليهود واحتلوا تل نابليون، ومن هذا التل بدأوا يطلقون نيرانهم على البلدة القديمة. كنا ننتظر مجيء النجدة العربية، لم يأتي أي أحد.
Acre fell. and 10,000 of its inhabitants were expelled.